We had 6, 7, and 8, but we didn't get the guy in the tower. We forgot about him. The dude literally came up from the tower with like a machine, and he's like shooting. That was the first time I got hit, right in my leg. Boom. Because I felt it, but I promise you, it felt like a bee sting. I want to say I might have ran like half a mile with that bullet in my leg. It just hit me there. I couldn't move no more. I'm like, this is not a, it's not a bee sting. This is real. This is real. And then.
Are you ready to get on the board? Welcome to the Get Off Go podcast, where we talk about success and beyond. We share our stories, we share other people's stories, but today we have a very, very special guest, a good friend of mine. He's protected this story for a long time, and we're honored to get a whole new definition to Get Off Go. Thank you so much for your time, Karroteh, and using this platform to impact as many people as I'm knowing you will.
Yeah,
I know,
correct,
man, because it's a real story. And it's just freaking amazing the man that you turned out to be after all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It's like
And I appreciate
inspirational.
that,
I
man.
swear. Yeah.
So
Man.
you want me to start and just tell you a little bit of
I
myself?
would love wherever you want to introduce,
Yes.
bro. Like,
So he calls me K. My name is actually Karroteh Glassbrenner. The Glassbrenner because I was adopted by some German family from Frankfurt, Germany. I will explain more into that once I get to it. But so my name is Karroteh Glassbrenner. People just call me K because it's easier for most people. But I was born in a small town in Liberia called Granville. I was born during the where Blood Diamond was a real thing, not just a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. There was a lot of corruption and greed coming from the UK and the US because during that time there was a conflict between the government and the tribal people because my country have all this wealth. We have cocoa, we have diamond, we have gold. But the country is still a third world country. We're still poor. So the people weren't seeing the wealth of the country, of the nation. They said, man, we're so small, but we have all these resources. Why aren't we one of the biggest, like most popping country? Why aren't we one of the country people's coming to? And we find out that all the diamonds, the gold, was being sold as blood diamonds to the UK and the US. So the rebels, the spiritual leaders got together and they went to war against the government. That's how the Civil War started. It was just because it was over greed and diamond. And I was born like right in the middle of that conflict. I was born 1990 in a town called Granville, and I was born during one of the first Civil War that was going on. So I just remember my mom telling me stories of the time I was born, that I was born with like shooting all around me, like she was hiding in like you guys know these little mud tent, like if you go to like third world country, had like mud tents and built with mud, and then they put like bamboo stick over the cover us and hide us in there, and that's how I was born during the war. So for my whole stay in Liberia was 10 years. I saw maybe 1 year of peace. My 10 years I was there. Like 1 year of ceasefire. Most of the time I was always on the run from one camp to another camp, from like refugee camp to another refugee camp. So by the time I was 5 or 6 years old, this is when my life took a turn. I mean, for me to break it down, first I lost my dad when I was like 2 years old. He was part of the Liberian army, and the rebel leader captured him and they burned him alive in a mattress.
Oh,
Yeah.
The mattress?
Yeah, in a mattress. They burned him alive in a mattress. And the worst part, they made my family watch. So I was probably like 2, so I don't remember that. I was just told by my family how I lost my father. So during that time, from 2 to like 6, my family was always in hiding because the rebel was only targeting people who have military relative. So they see you as going against the tribe if you're fighting for Liberia army, even though we all Liberians, but they see the government as corrupt and bad. So if you are with them, they see that as, oh, you're against your culture, basically. It's like turning your back on the culture. It's basically like having a black person saying they are racist, just black people. So that's just how they view it as. When we turn your back on the tribe is all we got because we ride really hard for our tribes. Like we take pride in that. So, but my dad was a leader. He was a general in the Liberian army. So he wasn't going to stand for that. He was going to fight against the rebels. Because the rebels weren't just killing they weren't just killing the Liberian army. They were killing innocent people. Like if you see in these movies, these documentaries, they are shooting anything that moves. They are burning down businesses, burning down the streets. They're shooting kids, kidnapping boys from their moms, from their family. So the rebels they had the right mindset, but they didn't go about it the right way because they end up killing their own people, killing women, children, raping people, and like taking so much from their own people. So there was nothing left after the war. If you burn down everything you have, what are you going to give to the people once the war is over? So I was born during that terrible time. From when I can start remembering for myself, where I can speak for myself, not from he said, she said. I was around 6 years old. I was walking home from school, and I went to the outdoor restroom from school. Because you have the outdoor little porta potties, whatever we had, a little hole in the ground, a little fence around it. So I went to use the restroom. I'm around 6 years old. I came out the restroom. Everyone's gone. Backpacks on the ground, boats, everything. Everyone's gone. And I'm like 6, and I'm flipping out. Like, what just happened? This is all. What's the prank? So I ran up the hill. When I got up the hill, all I could hear was shooting, RPGs, guns, just shooting all around me. And I'm like, and I realized it was the rebels that's coming to the city of Monrovia, which I was living at the time, which is it's the capital of Liberia. So now I'm running, they're shooting all around me. I live maybe, I'm gonna see if I can do it in miles, maybe about 2.5 miles from my school. So I'm sprinting home from my school to watch people shooting all around me, bullets missing me, and I'm just running home. And that's another reason why my faith is the way it is. Because most people don't believe in God, but I do. I don't see how I did not get hit running home that day. I felt like I had like a bubble around me, man. Like a shield, like a bubble shield around me. And I tell this story all the time. I said, it makes no sense. Because people were dropping all around me. But I'm just running. It's the one of these fictional movie where like, bro, how is the guy getting hit? That's how I felt like. Because it was like shooting all around me. And I'm like, bro, I'm not getting hit. And I wasn't fearful. I was just trying to get home. I knew I was gonna get home. But then I saw my mother and she is running from the other direction. I'm running to her. And she's not getting hit. And we just running towards each other. And she grabbed me. She said, we gotta go right now. The rebels is coming into the town, and our family will be targeted first because your dad was in the military, so we have to go. So basically, we just pack everything, grab what we can, put our little bags on our back, and we start running to get to the jungle because the jungle is the first place. It's easier to hide in the jungle. Because one thing about the jungle, yes, there's rebels chasing you, there's things in my jungle that you don't want to go there for. There's gorillas, there's different things. So it's safer for us being there because we know we will be quieter. The rebels are gonna be loud with a gun, smoking, doing things, and animals will help us attack them. So everyone runs to the jungle, and we can hide and and escape easier. So we were walking for about like we were trying to get to Ivory Coast, which was a different country. We're trying to get there, but as we are moving, we're being chased. Somebody was following us, and we're like, man, why can't we get past these guys? Because we did not sleep at night because we want to get some distance between us and the rebels. So we because even though but they're driving on the road, we're going through the hills, to the swamps, to the oceans, to to not oceans, to the lakes and streams. We're going through the tough jungle. So we know they don't want to come in there because they want to keep that trucks and motorcycles and everything. But we're like, man, but they're still on us. So we realize somebody in our group was communicating with them, letting them know where we are at.
So
Because we
there was a
know.
lot of you guys besides your family. It was like the whole
Yeah,
town.
first it was my whole family,
Whoever
and
was
then
left.
yeah, it was my whole family. I
Damn.
want to say that about 300 of us
Damn.
that
Oh
like we
damn.
just from my community, like we just know each other. It's like let's go because I have like big uncles, strong uncles, so we want to follow the leaders. They like just come with us. So there's a big group of us, and
Mm.
so we moved in and we're like, and my uncle I remember he was suspicious. He's like, they shouldn't be able to keep up with us. They should be able to find us. Something is off. So he
Yeah.
basically realized we have a mold among us. Somebody is telling them where we at, the tracker is what to look for because we should not be they shouldn't be on us because they're on the road. We are in the jungle, man, deep in the jungle where there's anacondas and different things. They would not dare to come there because they are from the city. We grew up in this shit, so we know how to maneuver through those things. But they were just on us the whole time. So we realized that a guy that was with us had a radio with him that was communicating with them where we were at. I don't know if your podcast is a little bit graphic. If I can tell you what really happened to the guy.
Yeah. Go
Whatever you
ahead.
want to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, when they find out we had a guy among us, he was stoned to death by every one of us that was traveling. I ain't gonna lie, I threw a couple of stones too, because I was a kid and had us in the front, and
Yeah.
we basically threw rocks at him until he died. And then we destroyed the radio, and basically, yeah, and we kept moving, but he gave them enough clues to let them know where we were going. So we got to a little village, and when we got to the village, everyone was gone. So I think they heard that we were coming and we won't be followed. So someone decided we should stay the night in this village. We'll be okay for the night because the kids like me, we are tired. We should let the kids rest. Cause my feet is swelling at the time. My feet is swelling. My hands. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. We drain water from the rainwater wherever we can. Puddle water on the ground. Like we just take it and drink it just to get some kind of because it's Liberian heat. So we try to decide survival mode right now. But I want to say around 4 a.m. in the morning, we woke up and we are surrounded by the rebels. So they never rest. They just kept driving. We surrounded by them. They took all the boys. If you are old enough to carry the AK-47 or the pistol, they will take you. And you guys can research these things. These things really happen in my country. The child soldier thing is real. So when I watch these movies, people ask me, "Is that really accurate?" I say, "Yeah, that's real." They really target young men. So me and my older brother Emmett was taken by the rebels. Now they took us. They put us all in this well, a well that they dug deep. They threw us all in there. Basically, if you can climb your way back to the top, you will be part of the army. If you don't do it, you start down there and die. So who have the strength to like climb back up? That's one step of the training. Everyone else who's down there, I kid you not, I heard stories where they will just open a grenade, drop it in there. After like a day, if you don't make your way back. So I'm here. So obviously I was my way to the top. Because when you're young, man, you have weird strength. Like
Yeah.
because you remember when we're young, we on these monkey ball, we climbing, we doing crazy, we fearless at that age. Like so, I'm like, man, me and my brother did it. I mean, that's a blessing in itself because I can't put it in miles, but I've been running or hiding for about 3 days straight. You know, going to towns. It would be like me leaving from San Francisco on foot to LA on
Oh,
foot.
wow.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like give you guys like like to imagine
Yeah.
here how much walking that had to be, and then
Yeah.
not eating much, maybe eating some mango, a little fruit, little food here, small things, right? So and then they throw you down in the well. You have to like get a strength. Once again, that's when my faith come in handy. I said a prayer. I asked God to give me the strength of Samson. I'm like, please give me the strength of Samson. Please, like, I pray in my dialogue at the time. I like make me strong as Samson, so I can be able to climb this well. I truly believe it. Like I really do. It's hard to express to somebody who's not religious or who don't have faith like I did or like I had in that moment. But I honestly believe the people who did not pray, who just went on a brute strength, because I'm strong, but not in that moment. I feel like at this age right now, I'll be scared reversing the fight because I feel like my past has made me even stronger. But
Yeah.
in that moment, that was my faith I rely on. Because man, somehow I got the strength. I climb up. I got out. When I got out, I started beating with some swishes, some the whips, skinny little whips, the beating our backs, like whipping us, beating us, have our hands out, beating us, and then asking us questions like, "Who do you support? Are you a cool boy? Are you a rude boy? Do you support the Liberian government or do you support the tribal people?" And I'm like, "Of course I support tribal people. Of course, we're gonna say that." And then
Yeah.
we went to combat training, which is like they draw a circle, you pick a person or they pick you two, you fight. If you win the fight, you move on to the next stage. If you don't lose the fight, if you lose the fight, I know you either get sent or they cut your hands off or basically I think they die. Because everyone who lost the fight, I never saw them again. Not down the road in the refugee camps, not down the road back on the ships when we're coming back to Liberia, never saw them again. And I'm pretty good with faces. So I had a matchup with a kid that I grew up with. So this is the part that haunts me a little bit because I grew up with this kid, and he was my matchup. And we didn't know what happened. We just thought if you win the fight, you move on. If you lose the fight, maybe you get extra whipping, or you go back in the well. But we didn't know it's me versus you. It's a duel to the death. We didn't know that. So I went against him. He was bigger than me. We fought, we got down, we were tussling. Like they say, it's fair game. He had me down on the ground. He's pounding. I reached and I felt something on the ground with a rock, and I hit it against his head. And when I hit it, he fell over, and I kept punching him. I didn't kill him with my face or anything, but he was like gone, like he was messed up. And then they were like,
Yeah.
okay, fight's over. He lost. You win. You move on. So then I'm checking up on him. They're like, oh, don't worry about him. He's useless now. He's no good to us. He's weak soul. He's a weak man. We don't want him. He's not ready for this war. And I went to the line. And they are feeding me now. They're giving me food. I passed the test, I guess. They're giving me food. Next thing you know, they asked me, what do you want? You want an AK or you want a pistol? They gave me an AK. And next I know, they handed me weed or different things to smoke. And they gave me a liquor. And like, oh, you're a big man now. Think about it. We are 6, 7, and 8. And they're calling us big man now. Then they were like, "Oh, you're a big man now. Don't worry about it. You're good now. You with us. We're gonna take care of you." So now we're shooting gun in the air. We happy. We happy, but we're also scared because we
Yeah.
know we have to go to war against the army. The army, and these are the same people who killed my father. So think about it. The rebels are the ones who killed my father. Now I'm with these people. Not it's not per se the guys I'm with are the one who did it, but they're from the same group. It's kind of like your people killed my dad when I was 2 years old, and now you want me to fight with you, but I had no choice at the time. So we're in a camp for about 6 months. We went to war, shoot people, shoot against the army. We went back and forth, shooting against the army. And one night I heard there was gonna be someone. I heard it got on the radio saying there was gonna be a strike on where we were at. That's when they sent the plane to drop some bombs on our village, and the rebel leader was telling us that we shouldn't leave. We should wait. That is not real. So I'm like, I told the guys, all the kids are like, I think we should leave. We should leave. They're like, you guys leave, we're gonna kill you guys. You guys leave, like you guys can leave. All the kids have to stay here and fight the army. We're like, no, but the army coming with bigger guns, and they're coming for us. Like, no, 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 we can't. We have to leave. But the guys are bigger than us. I mean, we're 6, 7, and 8. You guys are 16, 20, 24, 30. Grown men telling us what to do and beating us. It would say no. So I don't know who came up with the idea. If you ask my brother, he would say it was me. If you ask me, I would say it was him. Like, I don't know who came up with the idea, but I said tonight when they're drinking, everybody fake drinking. Don't drink anything. Don't smoke. Fake it. Spit it out. Let them get good and drunk, and we will skip tonight. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, make sure everyone is drunk, and you guys don't drink anything. But you have to act like it's a movie we watched when we were all little in Liberia. Like the Drunken Master. It was a karate movie, right? I
Oh
think,
yeah, Jackie
Jackie Chan.
Chan.
yeah, where the guys are
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
oh,
That's my uncle.
so
Yeah,
like,
I know these moves.
I know
Trust
you
me.
don't know him. So
Okay,
yeah,
you seen it? You know.
I'm telling you, man. My memory was so good. Like, guys, we have to act like the Drunken Master. Like, we have to act like that, but don't overdo it. Just like you're a kid, we should be drunk off one thing, two things, anyways, right? So yeah, we pulled it off. We are passed out. Around maybe like, 'cause I know it was past midnight, so maybe around 1, right? They're all gone or knocked out and passed out. But I'm like, no, one of the older guys with a 15, he's like, we shouldn't just leave. We should kill them before we leave. Especially the guys, like he's like, we can't just leave them here. We have to like their sleep slit that throat. So everybody me myself, pick out one person, and he blew the whistle. Or we did at the same time, but we didn't get the guy in the tower. We forgot about him in the tower, and so he was just sleeping. He wasn't drunk. So as we all start to run for the gate, so we running on the gate. The dude literally came up from the tower with like a machine gun, and he's like shooting at our legs. He didn't kill us. He took off our legs. That was the first time I got hit, right in my leg. Boom, right in my leg. That's the first one I took. So I'm running, but that's why I believe like the adrenaline was real. It was flowing, man. Because I felt it, but I promise you, it felt like a bee sting. It
Damn.
didn't feel. It didn't feel. Because I literally slap it, like like as I'm running, like something stung me, not knowing what it is. So I'm still running. I'm still running. But I'm seeing blood on my hands. I want to say I might have ran like half a mile with that bullet in my leg before like it just hit you. It just hit me there. I couldn't move no more. I'm like, this is not a, it's not a beast thing. This is real. This is real. And then someone remember they turned me over. Got like a little sharp knife. He burned it with a fire. Took the bullet out. Took some sea salt and gunpowder, stuck it in the wound so it doesn't get affected. That was worse than anything else. That was worse than being shot. I was like, shoot me, beat me any day. Don't do that again, ever. Sea like sea salt, gunpowder mix, put it in my calves.
And they lit it,
So, and
right,
then
or something?
tie it with bamboo sticks around me. And said, oh, we've got to keep moving.
Jesus.
So we kept moving. We just kept moving, and my leg is swelling up around it because it's being affected. But we have herbs, man. We have herbs and things that work. So we got to another village. I went to go see the basically the spiritual the healer man. I want to go see him. He took some knife, took all the paws out. I don't know what he did. He did some green leaves, some things mixed together, put it on the wound. I came back and then the next morning there was crust all around it. He says it's gonna heal from within. It's okay. He said in about a week, all the scabs should fall off. And it is exactly what he said was gonna happen, and it happened. And yeah, I was healed, and we just kept moving, we just kept moving. Oh, during that time, I lost my brother. During the time we escaped, I lost my brother. He went. I don't know. We went different ways. So I'm looking for him on the whole time, because I lost my. We were taken away from our sisters, our mom, our dad. So I didn't know where he was stationed at. I know where I was at. So when we got to the village, someone like, oh, there is some boys here. There's some crew boy. Crew is Kreu. That's my tribe. So it's saying there's some crew boy here. Some boys are here in their crew, and yeah. So I'm looking for. I noticed my brother. We saw each other like it's like a movie scene. We run in slow motion, hug each other, like you gone for a long time. Me and my brother is desperate to each other. We hug each other. He tell me what he had to do, how where he was hiding, how he got hit, he got shot too. But he said he took two, so he hid somewhere, and that's why he got left behind. And we swapped some stories, and we moved on. And the whole time we are like always like we still being hunted, always being hunted. And then we got to another town where we were pretty far from where the rebels would be or the Liberian military would be. We're pretty far. As we stayed in a town for like maybe a whole another year again. For a whole another year, I was in a town. We're considered we're being normal kids now, doing normal things, learning how to fish. I think I told Joe about the story where I got slapped by the gorilla. Did I tell you that?
No, hell no.
Whoa, what? He's like, on top of all of this, I got
This is a
slapped
true
by a
story.
gorilla.
You got
That gorilla got hands.
I lost here and here. So, I'm like hunting. I'm really now with my family now. I'm hunting with my grandfather, right? We went into the jungle. We hunting and telling me like, oh, look for the ground, but look for the snakes, look for the trees, look up and down. Like he's teaching me how to hunt with spears and bow and arrow. He's like, oh yeah, and definitely stay away from anything that's in the tree. Just stay away from me. So we walking, and I saw a baby gorilla. I'm a kid, he's cute. So I'm playing with him, and like I'm like my grandpa's still moving. I'm playing with him, and I picked him up, and all day I saw the mom just stood up, boom, like. And
Oh
I'm
no.
looking up. I'm scared. My grandpa is behind me now. He's like, put it down slowly. and don't look at her. Before I could even touch the ground, all I saw was I went flying. But good thing I like I
Jesus.
think I like threw the baby, so she wait for her baby and that did. You know, I was like,
Man.
my ear was bleeding. My
Yeah,
Yeah.
face
that's a
was
concussion.
my face was numb. I couldn't. Oh man, I still like. Oh, that was painful, bro. I was like it's ringing. My ear is ringing. I lost hearing in my left ear for so long, for almost like 2, 3 years. I remember.
Oh my goodness.
Also, I think if I had a good American doctor, they would have been able to take some things out and help me. Like, but because I had to let the pus come out and all these things, the infection, man. That was a smack from hell. Smack this shit out of me. And my dad was like, oh, she
Yeah.
wasn't even trying. She's just gonna clear you away. So basically, like someone brushing you off, like, get up me, bro. That's like type of stuff like that. And that took me
Yeah.
flying. So imagine if she gonna fight me, like really took me out. I would have survived a civil war, but then get killed by a gorilla.
Yeah, that's
K probably got into a fight one day after that and was like, "You think that hurts? Get hit by a
Yeah.
fucking gorilla."
No, seriously, I used that for so long. Man, that's
Man.
nothing, bro. I got smacked by a- That's a real
That's
story. I
wild.
used that back in Liberia. I used that a lot.
Oh,
And
I
till
would
this
too.
day- Yeah,
That's
till this day,
bragging rights, bro.
People who
That
know
holds a
me,
little more weight out here.
yeah, no,
A
I
lot
Yeah.
got in a fight with a Samoan guy, and he punched me back, boom, and he's like, "How aren't you knocked out?" I said, "Bro, I took a punch by a gorilla before." Like he's like, he thought I was joking. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you a really big guy?" I said, "Nah, I got slapped by a gorilla before." He's like, "Where you from?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I can see that." But no,
So how long from the time that you
yeah,
from the time that you were being chased, you were going through the jungle and all of that, to the
Yeah.
time where you were fishing with your grandpa? What
2 years,
like how
6
2
to 8.
years?
Oh, a
6
year
to
and a
8.
half, like from 6 to 7.5. Yeah, like a
Wow.
whole year and a half. So like, there's a lot of things in there where it's like, but it's just mostly hiding, running, like
Yeah.
just a lot of that for years, hiding, like keep moving, just keep moving.
Yeah.
Because once we,
Do you still have that feeling? Like, and I know it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
You're in your 30s now, but like,
yeah,
is there still like that unsettling, like, does that still stick in your nature a little bit? Like, do you see that in your character sometimes?
no, I feel like after I got adopted, I went to a lot of therapy. Because
Yeah.
my dad, my mom and dad who adopted us was really big on us going to therapy and getting rid of that trauma. So
That's
I made
awesome.
peace with it. I don't have a lot of anger. I don't have a lot of hate. I have none of those things in my heart. I don't like my country. I haven't been back ever since because I feel like it would trigger something for me when I go back there. Because I lost a lot of people.
Yeah, of course.
I lost a brother during the war. I lost a sister during the war. I lost my uncle, my grandparents. Lost my dad. Lost my mom in the second civil war. So I lost like a lot of people in that country. Like, and I don't want to face it again.
Of
Like
course.
I made peace with it. Like this was my journey. This was my path. It was written in stone before I was born, and I was meant to go through this. So I don't blame anyone for it.
Yeah.
There was time in my life where I was angry at God, and I admit that. 'Cause I told my pastor about it. I'm like, I was really angry at God. I felt like we were being picked on. It's like the little guy always getting picked on by the big guy. But like, dude, fight somebody your own size. Go pick on the U.S. or something. Like, why you messing with a little small country? You know, why all these bad things keep happening in my country? You know, it's like I give you a lollipop and I punch you in the face, take it back from you. It's like, why you even give it to me? Why you just keep it? So that's how I view it as. Like, you give us
Wow.
wealth, you give us diamond and gold, but we're not capable of sharing it peacefully. And it's only
Yeah.
going to cause chaos. Because greed is a scary thing. And money change people, but we're waiting diamond to go to the people. Like, or
Yeah.
gold. Like, and people didn't know, they didn't understand there was so much to go around that we would all eat some. I worked those diamond mines. So in those year and a half doing it, I was running, I had to work the mines. It's where we go, we hit the dirt, we shaking. All I knew is find a shiny stone, find something that looked different. So we working it, we shaking all day, like my arms is all shredded and skinny because we just working that from morning to dawn, like working that, trying to find this rare stone that will stand out. I didn't know why I was doing it for. I didn't know why it even matters. And I worked the gold mines too. I did all that. I was doing those whole year and a half, and I put out
Wow.
about without punishment. So I did that, and But no, there's a part of my time where I was like, I know my faith got me through the war, but once I was out, I had time to reflect, and I had a lot of anger, man. But mostly towards God, towards religion, towards like, what's the point of that? Why
Yeah.
me? Like, why do I have to lose my mom, my dad? Why do I have to lose all these people? Like, why do I watch my friend dying from me? Why I had to go through those beating, those torture? Why you had to let me put me in a position where I had to take another man's life? Where it's me or him? Why us? Like, why Liberia? Like, why my country? And I realized it wasn't just me. So I wasn't mad for me. I was mad for my people. It's like,
Yeah.
why all of us? Because there's kids there with me who has been through the same thing. So for the longest time, man, I was just like angry at religion. I didn't really believe in it after that. I'm saying, I like what type of God was that would allow that to happen, right? The young
Yeah.
men, young kids. So yeah, so I don't have that anger. I do have little jump scare, like I don't do loud with gun sounds.
Yeah.
Trigger me till this day. I ran
Of course.
track in high school and college, and the gun sound, and it was for the free you. It always scared me. Like I have makeup speed. I know what the fastest one off the block. And I explained to my coach why that was. I'm like, you always telling me when the gun go off, it free you from the block. Go. And then when I hear the
Yeah.
gun, it trigger me from my past. So I jump and then I react. So
Yeah.
100-meter dash, I probably faster than most people, but 100 meters is so short. If you don't get that start with the big boys, you're done. So I was losing race by like 20 something second because that's just that I wasn't the first one off the block. 200 and 400, I have makeup speed. So I didn't care about that gun. I'll make them, I'm gonna catch you. Like, I'll pass you. So yeah, triggers, being behind me, being choked. I got had to be choked, strangled before, with rope as a punishment. So like people touching my neck, I was snapped. Like anyone like reach from behind me, you getting one of these, you getting slammed on the ground. Like
Yeah.
I told my friends, my brothers before, I told them it's not personal, don't do that to me. Because if you know
Yeah.
me, you would know not to do that because I will explain to you why. And someone who don't know me, you will still get a little elbow to your side. And I will explain to you why I did it. I like, don't do that. It's triggering for me. So like, but mostly I've made peace with my past. I made peace with my past. I feel like I was meant to go through that because it honestly made me who I am today. Like realistically, I feel like I won't be the person that I am if I didn't go through that. Because knowing where I came from, I have more appreciation for where I'm at today. So, you talk something about success. I'm already successful in life because I survived what I went through.
Yeah.
Like, I can
Well,
work at Walmart and I already beat death 3 times in my life. I'm good.
Hmm.
Like that's success to me. Being able to send money back home to my sisters every month, pay that rent, pay that food, pay them to put them to school. I'm successful in that way. I'm good. I'm at peace. But let me take you guys back to the last Civil War I remember. So this time I'm from 7 to 8, so 1 year Civil War. It's the last one I remember before I end up in the orphanage. So the Civil War came this time with my whole family. And my mom and dad, my mom was still there, my dad was gone at the time. Mom find out that we was child soldier, we've been through some stuff. And she said, I don't want you guys being soldiers when you're with us. Just be normal boys. I told my mom, I said, hey mom, I kept some of the diamond. I stole some. I put it between my toe. I put it between my toe, and when we got pat and bent over everything, they didn't see it. I had it between my toe and I had it in the dirt. So I was able to take one and give it to my mom, thinking like, once this is over, we good. This didn't get us. I don't know what this is, but mom, it means something. So big deal. People are killing for it, so it's definitely worth something.
Wow.
She said, yeah, that's. Oh wow, you have one. I showed it to her. It was decent size. To the point where when the British people found out, they wanted to kill us. They were hunting us down. They wanted it for themselves. I'm like, damn, what did I do? I just put a curse on my family. Like, because I told one person, my mom told her best friend like told her, next everyone knew. And so my sister was born at the time she was like a baby. So my mom always hid the diaper in her poopy diapers. Like the one she pooped in Pacific, she'll put it down in because no one was looking in there. But she's always carrying that bag with her. So when she has a fresh poop, she'll change it, put it down back to that one, keep it as long as she can until start really stinking it up. So that was a whole trick. So, but we had to go through a checkpoint, and we got to the checkpoint, and God was like, "I heard some of these boys were these are the Liberian army now." He's like, "I heard some of these boys were they work the diamond and gold mines, so I know some of you guys are carrying something." And then someone didn't really say my family name, but just a little look, a little like out of fear, look towards my family way. So now they pull my whole family aside, and this man is asking my mom, "What's it, Daniel?" You know, we don't have no stones. We have no stones. Yes, you have the stones. No, we don't have no stones. So we tell this man that. He said, "Oh, you don't think I would do something to you, huh?" He said, "No, no, no, no." So he grabbed me and took the gun, put it on my foot, shot me in my foot. And he's like, next one's going in his head. And after he shot me in my foot, mom took a diaper of my sister and gave it to him. And then he's like, "That's all it takes. You guys can go now." And then I was like, yo. And this was people who were supposed to save us. These aren't rebels no more. These are like
Yeah.
military guys who would be like, "Oh, we see you, we're free now." It's not like seeing Superman. "Oh, we free. You get to save us, right? You're the good guys." No, they're all crooks, they're all corrupt. Because they were taking everyone clothes off, like all these things. And I mean, during the war, the things are left out because a lot of raping. A lot of boys was raped by the rebel leader. Unfortunately, I didn't go through that because I wasn't the strongest one. So when you win your fight, you get to things. You get special treatments. Basically, you can drink. They give you women, and no matter what age you are. But if you lose your fight, you turn into basically whatever they want you to be. So a lot of the boys were like molested, raped, and the girls was raped. And if you have a son, they rape you, cut the titties off the ladies, cut the breasts are sold so they can feed their babies and stuff like that. Like I had to see all those things. Like we would come to gates where they would have heads connected as a chain, and we had to see those things at a very young age. So yeah, that's like those things don't keep me at night. But I used to wake up, man,
Yeah.
with some nightmares, bro. Like I used to see things for the longest part of my life. I don't know when it stopped. I just like one day I just decided I don't want it to control me no more because it was like a fear of like. I'm sorry, yeah.
No, I
Nah,
appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
man.
it was like something I can't believe that people are capable of those things. You know,
Right.
like in America, I know we have a little race war that happens here sometime, right? Because oh, the white man did this to the black man. But nothing is worse than someone who look like you doing something evil to you. That hits different.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're like, man, I look like you. I speak the same tongue like you. Like we are the same. Like how can you do that to me? Like and then when the war is over, we gonna share bread and sing these freedom songs? No. And like that's one thing that I can't forgive my people about. Because once the war is done, it's all kumbaya again. We are singing and dancing and watching soccer like nothing just happened. Your neighbor just raped your daughter and killed your son. And you probably know that, but you can't say nothing out of fear. Like people you want to school, the man went to school with you. I had a kid who put a gun on me, and he's one of my good friends in school. And he's trying to take me out. One of the reasons why his jammed and mine didn't. Because he knew how to cock it back properly. He was halfway. But so when I saw him, I wasn't fear. I was like, hey, like I was happy to see him. And then he shot, but his jam. And then I shot mine. Mine didn't jam. Now somebody that I grew up with. So I'm seeing like, oh man, we together. We know each other. Well, what about that? But no, his first thought was to take me out. That one haunts me
Wow.
till this day. Because we played soccer together. We played together. We did things. We were like childhood friends together. And seeing him brought me joy. But when he saw me, he saw take him out. Take whatever he has on him, his shoes, clothes, because with me, just because I won a lot of the fights, I had boots, which is a commodity right there. I had a boot, I had military boot, I had like some military camouflage pants, like because they treated me good for me being able to survive. I feel like I want the favorite, one of God's favorites ones. I believe in that. I believe like there is favoritism in life, favoritism with God, favoritism with everybody. I believe in that. I feel like it's impossible to love and judge everyone the same because everyone are different. You can love all your kids the same. I believe that, but you have a favorite, like you do, because if I have three sons, right, and one of them going to college, one of them work at a gas station, one of them is in prison. I definitely not probably the one who's in prison. I love him, but I'm my favorite one. The one who's coming home to see me, the one who's visiting me, the one who's checking up on you, the one who calls, say, "Hey, mom, how you doing?" He's your favorite. Why? Because he showed favor to you. So you cannot. So I don't think everyone was. Some part of it is luck. Some part of it is being God's favorite in that moment. That's just part of my beliefs. I feel like I was meant to go through this thing because so many things don't make no sense to me that happened to me. I had a bullet went right through here, miss, hit a guy right behind me, explaining to her. The things that happen that you can't explain. He's like, bro, run home from school. Why? I should be done. Nothing touched me. So with me, I like, okay, I was meant to go through those things. Because guys, my grandpa would say, God only put people who are capable through things, right? That can handle it. If God put me through something, he know I could handle it. The next man, my might not make it to the first mile, but I made it 2,000 miles. I could have given them and be like, it's over, man. And just gave up on it. I
Yeah.
got shot and still went another 30 miles because I felt like I just had to keep going. Like, no matter what, I have to see better days. Like, I believe that 1%, I'm not going to die yet. I have to see a better day. There has to be something. This can't be how my story ends. And I believe that till this day, like, I was not going to die like in my country. Not a
I mean,
die.
shit, dude. Your
That's
story ends.
amazing.
Your story hadn't even begun yet, dude. You were like,
Yeah.
right? Like
No, for real.
that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
That's
I love what you had just mentioned too, where like you were saying like God doesn't put people through things unless they can handle that, right? He gives the biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. But
Yeah.
to elaborate on top of that as well, like I'm a
Yeah.
believer in that God doesn't give you battles that you can't handle without God, and kind of just
Yeah.
throughout you explaining your story that like you would have failed miserably, but you said that you were praying this whole time, and you
Yeah.
said like, hey, the people that weren't
Man,
praying, I
every
believe, were the
single,
ones that
I
were
pray
taken.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, and it's crazy because in most situations, like I've been through some things, bro, where I'm
Yeah.
just like nothing in comparison to it. Like
Yeah.
I went to the Philippines,
Yeah.
and that like seeing a third world country, and it's especially being American, like
Yeah.
it's a whole new outlook. I'm like,
It hits different, bro.
what am I complaining
It will
about? And
shake you up. Yeah.
yeah, and there's a dude, it's definitely something, but for you to be able to see God and through all of that just kind of shows that like
Yeah.
there was a connection there. Like
Man,
you
I
knew it
feel that
wasn't the
so
end.
much, man. I always say I had a guardian angel the whole time. I believe that till this day. Man,
Yeah.
things that not make sense. And I had a story where I was drowning in Liberia on because I was told to not because okay, this after the war is 8 years old now. They took all the boys, all the child soldier boys, they put us all in one orphanage. So now we're right next to the ocean in the orphanage. All boys with trauma who had lost their parents. At the time, my mom has passed. I lost so many people. Just me, my older brother Emmett in the orphanage right now. Just me and him, with all the other boys who has been through things from age 4 to like 15, all in the same orphanage. And that was like a World War II in there because we are fighting each other every day. Survival of the fittest. Like,
Damn.
someone got food, someone gonna beat you up for it and take it from you. So you have a nice shoes, you better be able to fight. So it's gonna make you stronger. So there was one night I was told now also don't go to the ocean. Ocean don't play favorite. Ocean is just like don't go play in the ocean. I'm a kid.
yeah.
Swimming up in the ocean, I heard a whale. We see those things normal. Whales coming. I heard a whale. Yeah, I want to see it do its thing. I'm gonna go out there. So I'm going in the water. I'm going in the water. I'm going in the water. It took me out. Took me out. And now no one's on the beach. And I'm yelling. Maybe like 5, 6 in the morning. I'm yelling for help. All the seawater's coming in my mouth. I'm taking all the seawater. Next thing I know, I'm going down. Like I'm done. I'm saying, okay, this is it. I'm going under. I'm drowning. I felt a hand reach down, grab me here, and pull me up. I'm on the beach. I'm waking up like this, coughing out all the seawater. I woke up, there's nobody in sight. Nobody in sight. I told my dad this story. I told everyone I ever met this story. There's a story, you can put me in a lie detector test and I will come back truthful every time. Someone grabbed me. People say, oh, maybe you just got an extra boost of strength and you swim your way back up. Like, people trying to make it seem like, oh, they believe the drowning part because they saved me, but they don't know how I got there. And I tell people this day, I felt someone grab me, not like a rope grab me. It was a handprint, grab me, pull me up and drag me to shore. When I woke up, there was no one in sight. The whole people was, oh, it was your mom looking after you. Oh, it was your dad. I felt like it was my guardian angel because I feel like my faith was stronger back then because things was happening in my life. It didn't make sense, right? I feel like I have less faith these days, to be honest. But I have to be truthful, because we get spoiled with life. I'm comfortable. I have a good job. I feel like I'm doing it myself. God is looking after me. I'm just not going to him as much. I don't think he's doing it, but he's still doing it. You
Yeah.
know. Now I'm just focused on the day to day. Like, oh, let me make this bread. Oh, I'm taking my family. Oh, I'm taking my daughter. Like, I'm not like praying as I used to, because my life's not as dramatic as it used to. When going through tough times, we turn to God. But oh,
100%.
people who don't even believe in God, something bad happen. Oh God, please help me. No, you don't even believe in him, so he's not even listening to you. So when
Yeah.
people like with me who actually do believe in him just get comfortable in my daily life, I sometimes feel guilty about that. Because I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for God. Some people call it luck. I don't believe in luck. Someone if I believe in God in that moment. So yeah, I woke up in the ocean on the beach. No one's there, caught from the blood. People run up to me. I told them the story. They're like, oh, probably some guy saved you and just left and left you here. Yeah, that's a possibility. Somebody could have saved me and just left. But I don't think someone will just save you and leave you on the beach and just leave. Don't make sure
Yeah.
you
If he
make sure you.
was, he was sent by God. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
For
So
sure.
either
Yeah.
way, like it's 5 in the morning. No one's gonna be up that early. I was up. I'm a kid. I was curious. Why shouldn't I go to the beach? What's so bad about it? It seems beautiful to me. So yeah. So now I'm in the all boys orphanage. I'm 8 years old now. That's when we have missionaries who came and visited the all boys orphanage, and immigrant from Frankfurt, Germany, now living in Wisconsin. So they're Christian. They went to visit all. They went to visit the orphanage, and they're like, "Oh, they have 5 kids of their own." So they just were looking for some kids to sponsor, sending some food, some school shoes, some cycle cleats, this and that. I met the day I met my mom. She was a doctor. So the reason why I met her is like it was meant to be. I saw a Jean Claude Van Damme movie, right? The one where he does the kick like this. So I tried to practice that kick, jumping off my little window that broke my arm. I was practicing the
Oh.
jump because I didn't know about stunt doubles. I didn't know about like those things are not real. I really believe people was doing those things. I read that Steven Seagal was ready like that with the hands. I really believe those
Oh,
things.
Steven
Yeah.
Seagal is real. Everything he does,
Yeah.
every single thing you've seen Steven Seagal do,
So, man,
facts. I'm
I
sorry.
tell
Yeah.
you,
Even his hair.
hey man, I was so stereotypical. I thought every Chinese kid knows no karate. Even when I came to America,
They do.
Chinese kids scare me. I really believe that, bro. I thought they were nice like that with their hands. I thought it was so real. So I didn't know about these type of things. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it's Bill Crawford and Dan can do that kick. I can learn that kick. So I'm practicing it. So I'm gonna go higher. Maybe I'll fly better. Jump, land on my arm, boom, broke my arm. They came running to me. What are you doing? I said, what's Jean Claude Van Damme do it? I can do it to them. Like, oh, this is a good thing. It's okay. We have a white actor here. White actor, they are good here. They're good. They're on the mission ground. So to visit in the mission ground, I met my adopted mom for the first time. I didn't know she'd be my mom by the time. I met her. She said, "What were you doing?" I told her what I was doing. First time I ever saw these fancy casts, right? She put my hands in this fancy cast, and I was like, "Oh, this is the coolest thing ever." She put a heart. She signed it, and she kissed it. And I'm like, she's giving me the pen. She said, "Have your friends write their name on the cast." I was told it was the coolest thing ever. I had a cast on my arm. I'm like, this is so cool. Never seen that before. She said, "Yeah, it'll keep you safe at night. Your arm won't move." So I'm going around with my pen, having everyone sign my cast. And then she started asking about me. She said, "Who's that kid?" They're like, "Oh, you don't want him. He's damaged. He's damaged good." She like, "And what do you mean?" They're like, those boys in our other orphanage, they're all child soldiers. They all been through things that they've done things that they're not right in the head. So they're telling my mom that. She's like, "Really?" She's like, "How old are they?" She's like, 6, 7. She like, "What do you mean they have done things?" She's like, "They probably have killed people or they have done things to people. Like but they were forced to. But they are saying things like the boys are no good. Come to the all girls orphanage. There's beautiful girls there." She like, "I want to visit the boys orphanage." She went and visited us. She said, I want to adopt 5 of these kids." They're like, "5 of these boys? No, no, no. You don't want these boys. They will never be normal in the head." She's like, "Nah, these are the exact people I want to help." She said, "These are the exact people I want to help. I don't want these people who's doing good. I want these boys. They need help." So she adopted 5 of us, including my brother. First, she wanted just me and another kid. And I said, "It's me and my brother. We was a package deal. I like, he's all I got in this world. I'd rather go to another war with him in Liberia than go to America and live good knowing he's gonna be dying over here." I told her to her face. She's like, "Wow." She's like, "You won't leave." I said, "I would not leave with my brother." She's like, she's like, "Because you said that, I'm gonna adopt your brother and 3 other kids. And I was like, oh wow, awesome. So she adopted 5 boys, 2 girls. She adopted 7 total. She had 5 kids of her own in the
Wow.
small town of Basketball, Wisconsin. She adopted 7 kids, man. I honestly tell you that woman was crazy, bro. I tell I'm like, how? Because we knew what we have gone through. We know, but we know that she's not an enemy. Obviously, we all have triggers, but we're never gonna snap. People keep saying, "Oh, they're gonna snap one day, and they're gonna." No, we saw her as a savior, someone
Yeah.
who's taking it from a pain, from a struggle, as a rescuer. We put her on a pedestal. We will kill for her, but we won't kill her. But we'll kill for her in a heartbeat. If she
Yeah.
wanted to, she would have used us as guard dogs, and she'd be like, "Stick it on it, and we will do what we gotta do for them." And I told
Yeah.
her that one day. She was scared. She said, "I would never ask her to do that." I said, "But if you ever need to, let you know I'll do anything for you." I wanted her to not look her in the face and scare the shit out of her. Because I was like, I was like 12 years old, man. I was like, "Listen, mom, I appreciate what you done for me. You saved my life. I would be dead. Anything I'm gonna do for you, anything, I will kill for you." And I look her in the face like, anything. Me and my brothers, anything. She said, and I just stare her in the face, for the feeling, how much she meant to me, what she did for us. I'm like, you got no fear of us. What you did for us, we know we were, in other people's eyes, we were useless, we were no good, we like damaged gear, basically. It's like people who rescue damaged puppies. Say the puppies have maybe one leg. We consider we keep no heart. That's how they saw we have no heart. you know. So they said, they're never going to be normal. But 5 boys, none of us has ever been arrested. None of us have ever been to jail. We've been in some fights, but mostly it's self-defense. but we all, the reason why I never wanted to prove those people wrong, who were telling to prove them right, were telling my mom that these boys are going to end up in jail. They're going to do horrible things. I never want to prove them right.
Yeah.
They put so much doubt in her head. They were so negative, like little gnats, just nagging at her, like telling her all these evil things. I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. First thing she did, she put her in therapy. Went to therapy for years. That's why I can talk about these things now. Had to tell this story over and over, over and over. Find the fault, who to blame, who not to blame, why tell this happened. And my therapist just had me break it down to the point where it wasn't God's fault, it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just life. It just happened. Unfortunately, just happened to be in a part of the world where things like that happen there. But I survived that, man. I survived that. And like even in my life till this day, God still do miracles for me. I've been in a car accident where I was in a coma for 10 days in Baltimore, Maryland. The accident happened 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. It was 2010. It was 10 o'clock. Like it was a weird little day. Had a plane went through my head and missed my head. I think I showed Joe the little plate in my head before. It's like it missed my brain by this much, one of the glass.
Wow.
And through the whole thing, I came out the coma, and then the doctor was like, "Oh, you don't think you're gonna be able to walk or lift weights or play sports again?" And I was like, "Oh, bro, you told me I was gonna be okay." He said, "It's my first time talking to you. I never told you you're gonna be okay." I'm like, "Well, somebody told me everything's gonna be okay. I'm good." He said, "No, son, you're not gonna walk anytime soon. Like your knees went against the glass, like the dashboard. Like you won't be able to lift weights heavy. Like you're not gonna play basketball no. You don't run track no more. You won't be as fast anymore." I said, "But you just told me I was gonna be okay." He said, "I haven't spoken to you, man, in 10 days. Like I will work on you." I like, but a man, a white man, somebody told me face to face that don't worry, everything will be okay. You do everything you do again. Once again, that's my guardian angel told me that. Well, I believe someone told me this. My belief from me told me that I was gonna be okay. And he said, "Oh, it's still like 6 months before you can walk." I walked in a week. He came. Yeah, he came
I've
around.
been slapped by a gorilla, doctor. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it was like six
What
in
are
the
you
morning.
saying?
To go
Score, you
checking
got
up on him.
nothing
Like,
on
where did
me.
he go? Where did he go? I'm walking in the hall. One little thing on my body's open. I'm just thinking about, like, oh, I'm walking. Like, what are you walking? I'm like, I feel good, man. I can walk. said, do you know where you at? Yeah, I said, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. I was in a car accident. Doctor told me I was going to be okay. That he never told you that. Like, well, someone told me and I believed it. So I
The
walked
same hand, right? The one that
same
pulled you
hand.
out
I'm
the water.
telling you,
Same
man.
Right.
voice.
I
Yeah.
can't
That's
make
powerful,
this
man.
stuff up, man. It's the same thing. I can't explain it. But my knees were damaged. Now I'll never lift weights again. What? I can squat 500 pounds. So he shall never run
Just a
track.
little flex. Just a
Yeah,
little.
no
By the
flag.
way,
I ran a 4.4 in college, so
wow.
I can
Ooh.
be back.
I was
So
gonna
that,
ask you that, man, because you said you were shot in the calf, you were shot in the foot, but you're out
yeah,
here running track. You know what I
yeah. I ran
mean?
track
Like
all through
not.
high school.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Glass
You played some ball
brothers are
too.
coming. Oh, watch out, watch out.
Never affected me,
Man.
bro. Like
Yeah.
my left foot, it's weird, but it's it never slowed me down. It never like I just never used it as a crutch to use it as a excuse. Like
Man.
I always just say, oh man, I would make sure I get my power from my left leg, bro. Like I'm good. I'm gonna be the same speed. I just think having faith mostly is important. I feel like I could have inflict self doubt on myself or make excuses for myself. Like, oh man, I've been through so much in my life. Like, coach, be easier on me. Oh no, don't put me in these relays. Like I could have make excuses. Like my dad would let me stay at home if I wanted to, because he know what I've been through.
Yeah.
Like he would have. Everyone understand. You will understand if I have pity on myself once in a while. You can be like, oh, if you know what
Yeah.
man has been through, it's okay. But I would never do that.
Yeah.
I've had people come to me and they're telling me that stories, and I'm like, interesting. And I'd be like, that's cool. And it's not interesting at all. But I see how something so small is affecting them. And
Yeah.
this time I'm gonna be like, man, shut up. That's not nothing, bro. Like, damn.
I
Like,
was slapped by a gorilla.
yeah. But I never
No,
do that.
that's
Because
I love that
everyone
saying,
battle is
bro.
different, bro. Everyone battle is different. Some
Yeah.
people, it might be divorce. That's the hardest thing they ever been to. The parents splitting. And I grew up in an
Yeah.
all-white school. So white kids love to complain about the parents getting divorced. That's hard on them. It's like that's so hard on them, man. That's like the hardest thing for them. My life is over. I'm like, oh really? You got two
Yeah.
houses now? Like,
Yeah. Oh no, 2 Christmases. Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk. Let me see his pain. But no, that's crazy, bro. They do say that though. They say that and I think I heard Rogan say it, but it was like the hardest thing anybody's ever been through is the hardest thing I've ever been through, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and you were I mean, may I use the word blessed for what you've been through, right?
Absolutely,
Like you were
absolutely.
blessed with the mind, like you were blessed with just these situations that just built like real resilience and like I use Sean as
Yeah,
my as like my spiritual guidance.
yeah.
I have my own walk. Sean's got his own walk, and then like
Mhm.
when I do go to those times of complaining, Sean will like 9 times out of 10 turn it back to like something biblical. But you use Samson, like
Yeah.
and
That was good.
being
I love that story, man. I
yeah,
love Samson's story.
it is
What's
like that. It gave me chills. It gave me
Yeah.
what's
chills
the
because
story of
I
Samson in a
Yeah, look, that's all I thought about
go
down in that
ahead,
well.
go ahead,
That's
Sean
all I thought
Jones.
about. That's all. Like, I'm like, make me strong as Samson. Like, show me that you got, give me that long hair, that brutal strength. Let me push down these
Yeah,
walls. But he gave me strength in a different way. I was able to climb back up. But
man,
I really thought about Samson. I'm like, yeah, I need
that
his
is
strength right now. So I got down on my knees with my brother. Like, we prayed, and I prayed for him. He and I'm like, okay, let's climb. And we just started climbing. We come right back up. And we made it at the top. And I really believe I did get a little bit of strength that I didn't have. Maybe I always had
yeah,
it, but just
Yeah.
believing that it was sent from God, that changed everything in mind. Like, just believing it
Yeah.
though. Like, really believe that He really touched me with His strength. And then, like, felt it. When I got back up from praying, I felt different. Took a deep breath. Let's climb these damn walls, man. Let's go.
yeah,
Come right back
Yeah.
up. I got back up. I know kids can do crazy things these days, jungle gym, all type of stuff. But in that moment, after running and hiding and walking, my feet swollen. I don't know how I did that. That one was like I felt it. I felt like
I
real
think that's
spiritual.
that's something that I've been like practicing in my life a little bit. It's just like trying to call in the favor of God and call in the blessing of God and like declare myself when I wake up in the morning like I'm a child of God. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
I think that's something that people are starting to realize is that there's power in words, right? And there's power in your
Man,
speech, and
it really is.
there's power in how you talk to yourself. And just to elaborate, I think Joe on that Samson story, and Brent, correct me if I'm wrong. Samson was the strongest man in wherever he was. I
Yeah.
don't know the full story, but this is just the context.
Yeah.
And he had this girlfriend, and this girlfriend was trying to betray him, and she kept asking him, "Hey, what's your secret to your strength?" And he had this
Yeah.
secret that he was the some reason behind why he was the strongest man in the world, and he lied to her one time, and
Yeah.
guards came in and tried to use that lie against him to take away his strength. And she was like, "Why won't you tell me the truth? Why won't you tell me the truth?" And he lied to her again, and guards came in and tried to use that whatever that tool was against him to take away his strength, but he lied to her. And I think the third time he told her the truth, which was that it was his hair that gave him the
His hair.
strength.
Yep.
And the
Yeah.
guards came in and they cut his hair off, and they took away all his strength that God had given him. And they put him, from what I understand, they put him in a situation where was he
He did
holding
two
something?
pillars.
His
Two huge
two
pillars.
pillars, his
Yep.
Yeah.
arms were stretched
Oh,
out.
oh,
And
yeah.
he was praying to God, and he said, "God, I know that they cut my hair, and I was supposed to trust you. Instead, I trusted lust, and I trusted this woman that I
Mhm.
shouldn't have been in bed with. But if you give me strength this one last time, like I'll fight for you." And God gave him his strength back. And I think he tear the building down on top of himself?
He
Is that kind of how the story
on
goes?
top of everybody, all the sinners
Yeah,
in that building,
Yeah.
all the sinners.
yeah,
He brought the building on everybody, killing himself and everyone in there.
yeah.
Yeah. We just,
Yeah.
but he
He tore
needed
a
that.
lion apart with his bare hands, if I remember that
Yeah,
part
that's
correctly,
something too.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
basically
Man.
Hercules. Basically, that's him
Hercules.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
absolutely.
If I'm
And that's,
ever in a
but like,
survival situation like that, I'm about to pray to God and to give me strength like you,
Man,
bro.
you will be
you know, you could do
surprised,
that
bro.
every day, bro.
Yeah.
You could do that every
Yeah.
day. You could wake up in the morning and just declare, and I
Yeah.
love that Sean does that, bro. But that's, so like, where does it, like, where do you see life going from here? Like, where do you've got a beautiful story.
Yeah.
It's got the possibility to impact
Yeah.
nations, right?
Yeah.
Do you have aspirations of that? A book, a movie,
I
like
have been
a
approached by
podcast,
people.
bro? Like your ability to paint a story
Yeah.
it's a talent, it's a skill.
Yeah.
Like
I've
yeah,
been approached before by a lot of people to write a book on my story, but I don't know. I've never been able to sit down, put it into words, and write it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like for me, I don't want a proof where someone can go get it and read it and know everything about me.
yeah.
I'd rather
That's fair.
share one on one with people who had come in
Shit,
contact with
brother.
me or heard my story, like how you guys heard from Joey that you should meet this guy. I'd rather have it be that way. And
Okay, you
Yeah.
understand this is going to be on YouTube, right?
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
I have talked on a radio show once time before, but I just don't want to like have a book and like I never. Someday I will. I know someday I will write a book on this. Someday I will. I won't be able to tell my daughter my story, my kids my story, people who's important to me to hear it from me first, because I don't want people who I love, people who love me, to hear it from a book for the first time. So
That's fair.
I want to hear it, and when they read it, yeah, they'll still be sad and everything, but it'll be like, okay, but he's okay.
Yeah.
Like I
Your
want.
story's not over yet either.
It's not. It is not. It is not.
Yeah.
It's another thing. I feel like I want to have it in chapters. I ran into a guy one time on a plane, and when I was a flight attendant, and I told him my story because he's like, "Oh man, I can make a great movie out of this." I said, "Yeah, don't do that." I was like, "No." He said, "But someday." He has to give me his card. He said, "If you ever write this book, this is my card. You call me, and we'll turn it into a movie for you. If you ever want to, if you ever did." In the past, I would never do it because I'm desperate. I'll never do it because I need money. I would never do that because also a lot of people's life was lost. I can tell my part, but if I write a book, I have to write things that I've seen, things that I've done, and I'm not willing to put that in the visual because I want to be true to things that I was made to do, and I don't want people to be able to see that because it might change how people view me, how people see me. They'll be like, "Oh man," people hearing I've done things, but seeing it at a young age, I don't want my daughter to see that, and I don't want my family to see that. I can tell this story, and I'm fine with that. But man, seeing is different. Seeing is different. It's like when I was watching Blood Diamond, right? The movie with Yama Hasu and Leonardo DiCaprio, right? So I'm watching Blood Diamond. I saw myself in those kids. I saw them. I saw the rebels coming to that village and taking them away. That was hard for me to watch. I saw them being given drugs, heroin, having shooting the AK. I saw that, and that broke down because it was a watching my life on the screen. That was hard for me to finish that movie. But I had to see how that story ended, you know.
Yeah.
And that's a true story too. But that was hard watching for me. Like someone told me, "Oh man, your brother got mugged. He got beat up so bad." I can hear the story. I feel for him, and it would hurt. But if I have to watch someone doing it, like it just hits me differently. So that's always been the hardest part for me to be able to have my family. Like my family's mostly, I mean, my family's all white, German family, in Wisconsin. Someone in that story shakes them up, like things that we had to do. And then when they see a movie that Blood Diamond, they're like, oh, or Beast of No Nation, there's a movies they see some movie, they're like, oh man, they really put boys through there. I'm like, yeah, child soldier is a real thing. And they're like, I can't believe you guys have went through that. I'm like, yeah. And I remember when people in my school in Wisconsin, when they heard our dad did a little article on us saying I'm adopting 7 kids, people was afraid of us and they treated us different and we were isolated in the school. It was like all the 7 black kids were adopted always on one table. People didn't want to be friends with us. But the only thing that changed that when they found out we were great at sports. That's the only thing that changed that. Oh damn, we got 5 black kids in our own school. We're gonna be all right in football. Oh, I kid you not. That's the only thing that changed the way they treated us. It was like, I'm like, I'm pretty strong, I'm pretty fast, I can learn football. They're like, oh, these boys, we got 5, we're gonna be all right. Basketball team went undefeated, football team is balling, we can stay. So after kids start playing sports, they're like, oh, they're not so bad, they're just normal boys. So when dad tried to explain things to them, like, this wasn't that choice. But when people heard the story, it was hard for them not to look at you differently, not to judge you, not to think, oh, he's gonna snap. Oh, don't like people be like, oh, don't mess with these kids. Someone had like kill people. Like you hear the whisper on that bird. And I remember our dad didn't want him to date his daughter because he think I'm gonna kill his daughter, or he think something like the fear of me being forced to do something. People think that's who I am. Like
Yeah.
that's just what I am, a killer. That I'm just gonna snap and do things. They don't understand that we were drugged with heroin, that we were forced to do it. It's like, do this or I kill you. I feel like I have a survival instinct. I'm gonna survive no matter what. Zombie apocalypse, it'll be me and few of the dudes at the end. I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna find a way to
I was
survive.
literally thinking that. I was like, man, like I'm over here, like I consider myself somewhat of a prepper, and I was just like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, there's a bunch of Karrotehs walking out there.
Yeah.
I'm done. No, but it's so true, bro. Like, cause I mean, well, I live in Idaho now, but like it's all flat farmland out here, bro. I got no trees to hide behind, but
I was
no, that's
I will be ready, bro. I love zombie
yeah.
movies
Oh, I
too, bro.
bet you
Me
would
too.
too, and you'd be outside on the porch, like, what's up? You gonna touch
Just
me and
fucking
mine?
knocking heads off. Like,
Yeah, dude.
man.
I was,
man.
yeah, bro. Like, don't go over there, bro. One of those neighbors was slapped by a gorilla.
That's one of my favorite stories. People always die laughing at that story, bro.
But,
no,
but like, and I wrote this down too, bro.
Yeah.
Like throughout this entire thing,
Yeah.
and throughout this entire thing, like you said it with somewhat of a smile too, like even through
can
this,
now.
like you can tell there's a whole lot of healing, and like I could only point that
Man,
to the
I'm
divine.
33 now, man.
Yeah,
I'll be at peace with it. 23
Yeah, of course.
Me
I mean,
will cuss
not
you guys out
most people
and not tell you
would.
the story. A younger me won't tell you the story.
yeah,
Yeah. But I'm at peace. I got so much joy from being a father. I got a 3-year-old daughter, man. I see her and it just brings me so much joy. That's one of my favorite things is spending time with my daughter. And I never had my birth parents. Like I have a dad, the one who adopted me, love him to death. But not being able to have your birth fathers, like that carry that still affect me. Those are things that haunt me. People that I've lost, not things that happened to me. Those things that happened to me, I made peace with it. It wasn't personal. It's just my story, right? But losing my mom and my dad before I was even 6 years old, those things keep me on. Losing the brother, those people, things that I can never touch and feel again. Those are things that keep me up. Like sometimes I get jealous, like on Mother's Day, I get jealous on Father's Day. But it's easier now because now I'm the center of attention on Father's Day because my daughter's doing things for me and my mom is doing that. But before that, growing up, that always hurt.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the hospital when my daughter was born. People thought I was crying because she was born. I think it's a happy moment, nothing to cry about. I understand tears of joy, okay? But I wasn't crying because my daughter was born. I was crying because I saw my girl mom and her dad looking like grandbaby. And I thought my mom would never get to see my daughter. That's why I was crying about. It's like, man, my mom was awesome, man. She taught me how to cook. My dad taught me, like, my grandpa taught me how to fight. Like, my mom taught me survival skills, how to make little healing paths, different things, how to make little spears. Like you won't like my daughter won't know my mom. Like she was such a loving, awesome woman that brought everyone together. So in that moment, I'm like, oh, she gonna love her grandbaby. Like she's gonna like, she would adore because I'm a baby boy, you know. And for the 6 years I was with her, even though it was a tough time, I was still mama's boy in that way. So those are things that really, those are things that haunts me, that bad, that keeps
Yeah.
me up at night maybe. But not my trauma no more. I can tell the story with a smile on the face. I can laugh at some of these stories. I can laugh at things I've gone through. I can do it with a smile on my face, and I'm okay with that. But like those people, loved ones, those are the ones that never goes away. Because like you reminded every year on the anniversary of the death. Like, oh man, I lost you. Damn, 30 years ago I lost you. Oh man, 40 years ago. Wow, I really haven't seen this person in 20 plus years, you know? And you think about
Yeah.
how long that is. But other than
Yeah.
that, man, therapy has been, people say black people don't like therapy, black people should listen to therapy because that has saved me, man. Like, man, I can't imagine where me and my brother would be. You know, my brother went a different path from me. He joined the military. I didn't think he would after everything he has gone through, but he did 8 years in the army. He lived in Dallas, Texas, have 3 beautiful daughters. He's the most peaceful, calmest guy ever. Just don't ever mess with him. Like that
He's a
guy,
cool cat. That
he's a
guy.
cool guy. My brother is
That guy's a
very cool.
cool guy, man. He
Laid
walked in
back, but
super chill, like
yeah.
straight player. This guy.
If you get on his bad side,
I
you
bet.
might, you might have some flashback for your ass.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
You
man,
might twitch a little bit.
man.
Like he has 3 daughters, a big teddy bear. And,
Yeah.
nah,
I
man.
remember you. I did something I forget, and then you like reacted, and you told me like the same thing,
Yeah,
like I'm sorry, just
yeah,
don't do that. And I was like, oh
yeah.
fuck,
I think it
like
was up to my
don't.
neck or something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what I did. I was just like, "What's up, bro?" or something like that, and then you kind of just like react like, "Poof," and I was just like, "Oh shit!" And you told me this story,
But
or
yeah,
yeah, at this
I remember
point,
that.
so
I apologize to you. Yeah, I'm so sorry
no,
about
no,
that.
no, it's
Like,
brother,
don't do that.
man. I respect you so much, brother. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like not because
yeah,
not so much because what you went through, but because of who you are at the end of all, like right now,
yeah.
like man, that you still came out with a smile and like
Yes, sir.
a good heart. You know what I
Man,
mean?
I'm blessed to be here, man. I lost a lot of friends. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
people didn't make it. Like, it's a blessing.
So
Like,
humbling. If I'm on my end, for sure. I can't even
I'm
When
oh,
complain
Joe
I'm
about
was
anything after
describing you,
this.
when
yeah,
he was like, "Hey, like I got one of my homies that we gotta have on this podcast," because
Yeah.
like, and as
Yeah.
as I was explaining to you prior to this, like a lot of what we ask, like we typically ask people 5 questions, like, what does success mean to you? What did
yeah,
that mean
yeah,
when you were younger? You know, but like, and you already answered the question, like, this is my success. I'm, you
yeah,
know, like
Yeah.
you created
Yeah.
life. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that's success in itself. And
Absolutely,
but he
man.
was saying, he was like, bro, talking to this guy, you're never ever going to believe his story
Yeah.
until like you just meeting him, and cool, calm, collective, yoked beyond belief. I saw your Instagram, bro. I saw your Instagram. Come on now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
man.
bro.
mean, he's close. He's
I
getting
really
there. He's getting
Hey, I
there.
yeah.
respect that,
You
man.
know,
I
But
respect that,
Joe's
bro.
even doing it wrong. His wrists are all straight.
You
He's
gotta
like
lift them
this, like
higher,
one
bro.
of
You lift
those.
them
Look,
higher.
bro.
hold on. Which way is the parking lot? That way.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I got like I'm gonna do 3 more bodybuilding shows next year. Do man
Hell yeah.
visits. So I'm gonna have a show in the spring, fall, and the winter. Just do that because I like to compete. I miss competing in sports. Like I miss that.
Yeah.
Like I'm never gonna to go pro because no one told me how fast people were in Tallahassee. I didn't know that. I went out to Florida and I thought it was fast. I blame this. I did not go to the Olympics in track or anything. It's because I never had any competition in an all-white school in Wisconsin. That is why, bro. I'm serious, I'm serious, bro. I'm not even joking, man. I never lost in 4 years. I went to Tallahassee. I was the alternate on the team. I didn't even make the starting lineup because these guys are being pushed every day. I never knew they were that fast in Florida, bro. Those boys are so fast. They're like, oh, you African. They're like, that don't matter here, bro. We fast too. I was like, nah, you man. When we got on that line, I've used a muscle I never used in 4 years in high school. Like, like I was so I told my dad that. I said, Dad, send me to a academy or something. He said, nah, so that's expensive. I'm like, Dad, I want to go to the Olympics. He's like, you will still go there. You're still the best. I'm like, I'm the best. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Oh man.
It's a big difference, bro.
That's a. I mean, there's a lesson in that, bro. Like, and I think I was talking to my but it's there was a movie like that was talking about that, like, hey, like you're good here, you know, but you go over one county, there, you know, you might be the best here, but over there, and like there is like that competitive aspect to it, man.
Bro. I lived that story. I was like,
he was like, I'm the best in Wisconsin. That's it.
Oh man, it hit different when I got to nationals, because normally it's like at state it's me, one other black kid, and like 6 other white kids on the side, right? Everyone knows me and a black kid battling for first place. But then when you go to nationals, it's all black guys in the finals. So like 6'2", 6'3", and I'm like, and then the list of the state record times. I'm like, where am I at? 8. That's first in Wisconsin. So then I'm looking at 10 guys and I have the 8 best time. And the guy said, oh man, that was my old time. The new time is way better than that. That's my best time ever. So it matters, man. Competition matters, man. I never knew that. I enjoy the glory. Girls love me. I got hella medals lined up for days. Nah,
I got one trophy over here, bro, from 1999, bro, from when I was at Nationals in San Jose.
Yeah, holding that tight ever since.
Yeah, it's the only one I had left.
I would trade
That's true though.
Medals for one medal, even a bronze medal.
There's no trophy back there
for like state, for like Olympics or something. I would trade all that for one Olympics, just to make the team. Like even the juniors Olympics, man. But there was levels to that. And then my car accident happened because I graduated 2009. Car accident happened to 2010. That was a track dream. Like that was like done. Because I like, maybe I can come back. But if I wasn't beating them at my best, I was gonna beat them after my car accident.
Right.
There's no way. Man. And I'm honest with myself, man. I was like, I told my dad, my coach, I'm like, yeah, this is it. He said, no, we can do rehab. I was like, Coach, I was an alternate when I was healthy. I'm not gonna make the team. Like, it's okay. He's like, you're not mad? I said, no. I wasn't good enough, and I'm fine with that. It's different if people was like starting and I get hurt, and I'm like, oh man, I could have been something. No, I can never say that shit now. I can never be like, I could have been a track star. No, I could have beat the boys in Florida. I could have been no track star.
Hey, none of them were slapped by a gorilla, bro, and that is like
none of them.
And that's the one. That's the one
story ever, man. Everyone loved that story.
So what are you doing now though? Like, I see you're in the fitness thing. Are you training?
Yeah, I do some personal training. Work security right now. I'm trying to be a EP, which is executive protection. I want to work for like the government, protect somebody. I did a couple of work. I was on a detail for Joe Biden and the vice president, the Chinese president at the airport. I was on a detail where I had to protect a whole section of the airport with some guys, and they were like, "Man, you're very smart. You're very sharp. We want you on our team. So there's a few classes you have to take. So starting next year, I'm gonna pursue that career as executive protection. Like I don't want to do rappers. I've done rappers before. I protected rappers before, but I don't get those. I did. Trippie Red. I didn't like that so much. Too much drama. So I'd rather do like movie stars, like governors,
executives,
big people.
People like us.
Top black people. People with deep pockets. So that's
deep pockets. Yeah.
Deep pockets.
Sitting in my garage doing a podcast.
I'm gonna do personal training next year while I'm pursuing to be a EP next year, and hopefully
that's awesome.
By the end of next year I'll be signed to a detail. Because I have a guy who guaranteed me a spot. He said, I want you on my team, man. You were sharp. Because he saw me took down a guy that no one saw coming. He didn't have his badge. I didn't know who he was. I just slammed his ass to the ground. And they're like, he's like, oh, I'm off the press. I'm like, yeah, no press badge or nothing. He being creepy. You look weird.
Yeah.
You got a camera, like. So I slammed him down. I put him in handcuffs. He told me thank you because he wasn't clear to be in that area. He had no clearance.
Wow.
No one saw
Man,
him.
I hope they use this podcast in that interview because what I'm thinking is when you said your grandfather said, look in the trees, look on the ground, look everywhere. My father did executive protection for a while.
Oh,
and,
yeah? That's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to talk after this. I already
Yeah.
wrote it down on my notes. I was like, make sure to mention this to him afterwards.
Oh, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah. I can tell you who he was protecting. I can't say it on here, but
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's that's awesome, bro.
Yeah,
and that's so crazy. Like it seems like a lot of this, bro, that you've gone through has literally like shaped you in other directions. Like, maybe you weren't supposed to be a track star, but I mean, well, outside of Wisconsin, he was like within this zip code.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that's so amazing, man, and I admire you doing it with faith, like the whole time.
Yeah.
And this is
still carry with me, man. It's always faith is what keep me moving, man. It will take you so far in life, man.
Yeah,
like my daughter is 3 right now. I want to teach her about faith and teaching her about God, let her know it's real and like it's real.
Yeah.
Like I told her, like you can feel it, like you feel the wind on your skin. You have to believe that. You have to know, feel the present. Like you have to just be. Your faith gotta be so strong where you can sense the present. That's why when I always tell this story about me being rescued and nobody was there, I've really felt somebody to grab me. Did God give me strength from to swing myself up with one arm and come back to the shore? Maybe He did because He can do anything, right? But my faith makes me believe that like I felt a present, and that's why we. And one thing I want people to understand. We have to like give praise and thanks to God when things are good, even more when things are good, because you know what is everyone around the world is crying out to God right now when things are bad. So can you imagine someone just thanking you for something good for once, and not just when they're in need? It's like, man, you didn't come to me when you're in need. Like, bro, I just credit you money all day. Like when things are good, I don't see you. When things are bad, you back here again. It's kind of like who won that? So I think when things are good in life, it's important for us to like give thanks and be grateful. And like not just when things are bad, because the world is a lot of bad things happening. So you imagine all the prayers he's getting every day. So I feel like we should all like be grateful when things are going good in our life and just be thankful for it. Because somebody's having a lot worse than us. Even when things are bad, just think about someone having worse than you. Even with me, someone having worse than me. So I never feel sorry for myself. Maybe there's a kid who didn't make it out with his brother. I was lucky to have my brother with me all through everything I ever went through. Somebody probably had to went through what I went through all alone. And so I always feel like I'm very grateful for everything, man. Just be blessed. I feel blessed all the time. I feel lucky. I feel blessed at the same time. But I know somebody was watching over me till this day. And yeah, man, I take that with me through life. And I believe I can do whatever I want to do. Whatever I set my mind to, I believe I can do it. Because I believe like God want me to do it, I would do it. But no, EP is where my heart is taking me now, man. I feel like I want to protect someone who's worth it, actually.
Man, bro, I'm telling you, if I had you, if I needed EP work, bro, I would for sure like feel the safest. I'd be talking my stuff to everybody.
Right.
Like, man, look at you.
You think your guy's bad?
I'd be over his shoulder like,
man,
hey,
you ever been slapped by a girl?
You kind of weak, bro. No, that's beautiful,
man.
bro.
I've been slapped by a girl and punched by a Samoan, bro. That's too.
Yeah, that's your application.
I was just telling you when I got punched by that Samoan. Remember last night?
Yeah.
I literally was
that was heavy part,
parallel before I hit the floor, blindsided.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's another story.
Yeah.
So where can they find you? Drop your Instagram if you want the attention.
Simple is Body by Africa. That's my Instagram. Just Body by Africa. That's it. That's it.
Body by Africa.
I love that, bro.
Your YouTube?
The Blaze Show. Just BLAY Blaze Show. Blaze is my last name. It's African last name. It means free soul. Free soul. So this is the Blaze Show. But mostly Body by Africa, and then go to YouTube through that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Karroteh, thank you so much for being here, bro.
Yes,
it's been a blessing. Absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you
All
guys.
right.